What is up? Welcome. You're here with me, Mr. C, and this is Brothers Forge Gaming, taking a look at the Technomancer here on the PlayStation 4. Now you can get this physical. You can get this as a download. It goes on sale often, and I actually grabbed this up in a physical copy from GameStop on the real cheap, so keep an eye out for it. It is a worthwhile game to get to add to your collection, whether you're a gamer or a collector. It's got value all over the place. Now I know what you're thinking. The Technomancer kind of sounds like the name to a cheesy yet great horror movie, and you know what, you're not wrong. You got that right here. It's a story-driven kind of narrative, futuristic, sci-fi, cyberpunk, Fallout, in the vein of Mass Effect. Those style kind of games kind of has a Star Wars feel to it a little bit too, once you kind of really start getting into it. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at this. If you want to join me, I play for about an hour, get through the prologue. Just kind of get the basics going, the character creation, all that. So if you want to stick around and check that out, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, if you're out there hunting around, looking around, and you see this game, I recommend that you grab it up. Whether you want to play it, collect it, both, it's there for you to have. So yeah, come along and join me on this adventure. Now, after playing it for a little bit, I'll give you my just brief kind of experience with it. Is it a game that just jumps out of the seat and grabs you and pulls you in and makes you want to play it? Not really. You know what? It feels kind of like it's going to be a slow grind, like you're going to need to really get into it. Nothing wrong with the game necessarily. It feels like a really good game, but there's just nothing about it that it's just like, oh, I have to play this. You know, it didn't immediately grab me. So that's not to say it's not a good game. I may need to give it some more time. But just certain little things that I wasn't a huge fan of, but you know, it might just take some getting used to. So like I said, would I recommend this for you to jump out and go play and drop everything you're doing and play this right now? Not unless you really enjoy these style games. I would say it's a great experience for you there if this is like your genre of gaming. It's just up there with everything else. But for me, it feels like a good game that I would go back and play eventually, maybe. You know what I mean? But right now, I got a lot of stuff in the backlog I got to get through. But I did want to take a first look at this. So like I said, come along and join me on this ride for the Technomancer. Anyway, let's get right into this, you guys. Here we go. Oh, here's where you select the difficulty. You'll have to optimize your skills and equipment, use crafting, and plan your battles carefully to finish the game. Easy is more of kind of just enjoying the adventure without spending too much time on strategy or crafting. It's hard. So stronger enemies, heavier damage. You need to grasp the parry system, which, you know, I'm not a big fan of parry system. It takes too much thinking, you know. I do have a penchant for strategy, extreme. Enemies are more alert and deadlier than ever. This mode is for players seeking the ultimate challenge. Let's go with normal. Alright, let's hope we get some story right here. Take it easy. I'm going to drink some of this coffee. You guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Whether this game is good or not, we'll see how much I play. I have had my eye on this for a while, but I'm glad I waited, didn't buy it digital, and got it physical. Now is the time to collect physical media, guys, on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3. I've even seen a lot of PlayStation 5 games dropping pretty low. Alright, here we go.
On Mars, where it is rare, water is a source of conflict, struggle, and death. Since the turmoil, there have been unending wars, fought over the possession of clean water. We are the forgotten children of Earth, trapped in this red, barren wasteland. Here, hell is not a concept, it's our reality. And the reality is that every drop counts. Then there were the unfortunates, caught in the full power of the sun's radiation, forced to deform, mutate into unrecognizable monsters. The others, the ones who remained similar to our ancestors in likeness, hid under massive metal shells, governed by water corporations. But in the slums, people's lives aren't worth much more than the mutants. And I would know. That's where I spent the first 10 years of my life, under the boot of the Vori. Of course, in despair, there is hope. Some have begun to explore, travel even, from corporation to corporation, leaving their loyalties behind. We have organization, structure, and inevitably, politics. We have rulers, a people's assembly, and far removed from us, the Dowser, the inaccessible face of abundance. finally, there's us. The elite protectors of the people. The spearhead of the army. My brothers and sisters who all share the same special gift. We are Technomancers.
Alright, so we're not getting a random appearance here. Let's see if there is a random the talent, so we gotta do that. Okay, so we can just select between a few different faces, I guess. Not one where you kind of like generate your own. So I think we looked at most of them. Let's go with this one. Maybe I can be like green or something. Was there a green one? I don't know. Is that greenish? Kind of getting a cyberpunk vibe. I believe this came out well before Cyberpunk 2077, is it? Not a lot of hairstyles here. So with that one, blue, many shades of gray, eye color. Let's see here. There we go. Alright. So talents, science, you can pick. So we go with charisma, science, crafting, exploration, stealth. So typically I shy away from stealth and parry and all that. It's just so much effort. I like to just walk up there and face roll the buttons. Okay, let's see. Lets you collect ingredients from dead creatures. 10% chance of loot. Doesn't even seem to be very related to exploration, but so let's take a look at crafting. Level 1 contextual crafting actions. That seems pretty good. 1 point. But is it the best? Unlocks 1 contextual science action, increases the chance of success in dialogue, greatly increases life regeneration outside of combat, including companionship. That seems pretty good to start the game with right there. 20% prices. Let's see, those are all good, but you can overcome gold and you can overcome like not having workbenches. Like that might be something I get in the future, but we're gonna go with that. Okay. Oh, do I have any more points? Remaining points. No. Next point's at level 5. Wow. So see, you don't get points that much. So 15 levels if you want all 3 of those, and that's if it doesn't require 2 points. See, so 2 points. Oh, maybe just 1. Okay, 1 point, 1 point. So yeah. Anyway, here we go. Let's continue. Whoa, what's this? Attributes. We get all sorts of character creation now. See, I do enjoy this. I like a game where we fire it up and it kind of gets you going without having to do this, and you get it as you go. But I do also like the fact that you can sit here and select your guy right out of the gate. You're not going to have a vanilla cookie cutter guy. You can, customize appearance. You can do all this stuff. Get your, what you want to go with here right from the start, and kind of build your character from the beginning. Sometimes you don't really know. You find some gear, maybe do some stuff before you understand what you're doing with your guy. So Constitution. The most important attribute for a guardian. Max health. Yeah, max equipment load is good as well, because especially in the beginning you're finding a lot of crap you gotta sell, build up your inventories and your money. Power ability amplifies spells and lets you cast them more often. So maybe this is where you want to go if you want to be an offensive mage. Agility is probably more for stealth, for like a rogue, and strength if you want to go straight warrior. So Technomancer is the mage, I guess. Warrior maybe use more melee here, hand to hand or weapon. So that's kind of cool. You can choose, like I said right there. I just can't help myself and go not go with some Constitution to start out the game. Yes, here we go. Nice.
Ahoy, Zachariah.
Scott, you came.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. Sure, my memory isn't what it but I remember to write things down on my calendar. Although I do sometimes forget where my calendar is. Anyhow, I knew your last cadet mission was today. Any nerves? If it's any consolation, you look more than fit enough.
No, I'm good. I'm ready.
Yes, healthy flush of the skin, no rapid eye movement. You don't look stressed out. Very well, I won't bother you anymore. Oh, but if I can bother you, just a moment. I recently acquired a batch of materials that can improve your gear. It's not much, but I thought you'd like it. Still can't believe you're going to be an officer soon.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Scott. Means a lot.
Ah. I fear we've dilly-dallied on pleasantries. Your master, Sean, waits for you in the courtyard. So stiff, that one. I fear his spine is concocted from steel. A spine prosthetic. How interesting. What if... Oh, and stop by the clinic and come shoot the chit-chat. No, that's not... Just don't be a stranger. If you feel ill or need a hand, come see me. I'm always glad to help. Good luck, my boy.
Thank you, Scott. Will do. I promise.
Yeah, we'll get into all looking into crafting and whatnot later. That's cool. You can do it. It feels kind of like
Mancers. Every time they come around, something new is broken. I fix it, they break it again.
And it feels a lot like a Mass Effect, or even like a Star Wars, like a newer Star Wars game. Whoa. Training.
Oh shit.
Zachariah, today, as you know, marks your final mission as a cadet. I trust you are prepared.
Of course, Master. Ready, willing, and able.
And a little nervous. Normal and expected. That's why I have gathered together your usual instructors to allow you to warm up and prepare. It's for you to ace the tests for each fighting technique. Prepare yourself.
Oh man.
And once you are ready, join me at the station. From there, a train will take us to the mission site.
Thank you, Master.
So I can skip that. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
Soldier, please let me in. It's imperative I speak to someone in charge.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but no civilians are allowed in the barracks. If you have a question, you're gonna need to send
What guard?
Please. I'm Corporal Tyron's wife. He should have been back home yesterday, but someone must know where he is. What's happened to him? Please.
Ma'am, I have no idea. If you got a letter, I can pass it along. Other than that, though, you gotta go. Hey, heard from Captain Sean you're heading out to the station. You leaving now?
Yes.
Yep, already ready.
Paul, stop right there. We're conducting a search.
Did you look at this piece of shit? Well, what do we have here? Road trash seems lost, don't it? You forget we don't want your kind around here, Track. Move your sorry ass out of here before you find yourself bleeding from both ends. I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to speak! Did I? You useless piece of shit! Why would I want to hear what you have to say? Waste of space! Please! I just... Shut your mouth and just fucking die! Your corpse will feed the rats. At least then you'd have a purpose.
Such a waste of life. A waste of space. Am I right?
A rogue is a Zack, right? You can dress him up, but...
Zachariah, we're leaving. Certain people are graduating to the rank of officer today. It does you well to serve only contempt to one worthy of nothing more. That is good. And with that, we should be off.
Yeah, it has like a, what is it, Jedi Fallen Order vibe. This feels kind of like a lot of those games that you might play. So far, so good. Maybe it's just the look of the character. Reminds me of that.
Look, Zach, we are heading for the dome. It was built by the first settlers, a relic itself.
And what's there for us?
According to reports, looters, who, in our interest, it would be best to keep out of the dome.
Oh yeah, and so this, I believe, is the sequel to the game called
Zachariah,
Mars.
do you remember your first lesson?
On the scarcity of life?
Indeed, the very one. Kill a fellow unfortunate and, in this hell, only the more alone we will become. Disable the looters, but spare their lives.
Doesn't sound right. Anyhow, there's a game, I believe it's PC only, it was called Mars. And, yeah, that was kind of like the first game in this series. Maybe I should have done the training. Getting wrecked. Can't really tell my own life is. I feel like I'm getting wrecked. That guy's bow staff is way cooler than mine. No item found. So we don't want to kill them is what it's saying. But draining them does something else. So maybe we go around not killing. I usually kill everybody, so maybe I'll do it different in this game. How much life do I have though? I guess my life recharged pretty quick. So that's so circle is kind of like the dodge button. Got a punch like kick combo. Not terrible combat so far. Kind of more like a beat 'em up than a fighting game. Where's that guy going? Is there more? So kind of wobbly walk mechanics that make it hard to loot these bodies. Not my favorite thing in the world, but...
We encroach our destination. Take note that enemy forces lie in wait. There, the rocky outcrop. Scale it and report back your findings.
What? So it's a little more intense of a game than I was expecting in terms of breadth, scope. There's like a lot to learn right out of the gate in terms of like mechanics and just different things that you do. I was kind of expecting like a slower maybe introduction, but yeah, see how that reminds me like The Witcher, kind of that wonky can't loot the stuff you're trying to grab deal. And now I'm stuck on there. Search, so find like a node. You know, a lot of time in games like this, I'll be I'll look in every nook and cranny, but I'm not gonna do that in this game. I think maybe there's a way to do like a stealth kill. Here we go. So stealth might be kind of cool in this, just in terms of making things a little bit easier on yourself. Whoa. Can I loot the body? Level 2, nice! You can spend points in more of the skill trees available in the skill menu accessible with this direction. So, okay, so each level you don't... Okay. Huh. Guardian. You know, I think I'm gonna go with Technomancer up in here because that's kind of the name of the game. Alright, so what do we have? Surprise attack, so maybe this is the first thing I can get. Yeah, definitely reminding me more of like a Star Wars game at this point with that. What else do I have? My bag. I got some focus injections, exploding traps, some different stuff you can do with that. Some poor quality leather, probably for crafting, that's pretty cool. We don't get into this till 5, so you get a point every level here in this one, and this one is the talents is what every 5 levels or so, and then attribute points looks at level 4, so it tells you. You can look at your stats. That's really cool. You can kind of build a blend of you know, the different kinds of guys you want to build. You could be a stealth mage, a stealth guardian, or you know, like a warrior mage, warlocky guy. Do all sorts of cool stuff here. So it shows you resistances, different attributes. I'm liking this a lot so far. You get an on-screen map, kind of a Diablo feel in that sense. So it's blending some really good genres, really cool kind of like environments. I do like the cyberpunk, futuristic kind of vibe that it has here. Whoa, did I miss that? But yeah, like I was saying, usually I'll be burdened with exploring every nook and cranny. I tell myself every time I start a game like this I'm not going to do that, but then I somehow always end up doing it. But like I said, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to cruise through the game as best I can. Killing, wheeling, and dealing, crafting.
There are looters gathered at the dome's entrance. A lot of them, but they're not equipped to be more than a nuisance.
Take care nonetheless, Zachariah. That guard there, separated from his group. Sneak on him and the battle will be easily won.
You got it, dude. Which guard? We're guards. Oh, so that guy's looking at me. Okay, is his back turned? I can't really tell. Okay, it is. It doesn't kill him probably because I don't have a lot of points. Okay, so they're still fighting now. Okay, so you have to pull with a wheel to use your electro. I don't know if there's a cooldown. Okay, there we go. So the parry is kind of, you know, you gotta time it right with the circle. Less of a dodge, more of a... Oh, damn. Knifing me. Oh, he's gonna kill me. So let's see. Health injector used. Nice. Okay, so this guy, you get, it's kind of like a, in combat you gotta use it. It's pretty tough. You gotta be thinking on your toes. But at least it gives you the tip about that. Hopefully that stays there, because I'll forget the buttons. Oh man. You just gotta look, try to figure out when to avoid, when to parry, whatnot. Ooh, right in the kisser. Whew, so that was a battle right there. I'll loot these bodies. Nice if there's some kind of auto loot. But yeah, I'll be playing through this one, kind of when I can, and to see what you can loot, if there's any boxes or chests or anything. Be playing through this one, see if I can find anything cool about the game other than what you see here. I mean, so far it's pretty solid, man. I wouldn't not recommend it at this point. I would say grab it up if you see it, especially if you could get it for a decent low price. We're going to get to the end of this here, I believe. Let's just call it a tutorial style part of the game. Go this way or that way, it doesn't matter. Alright. Probably this way. Uh-oh, they saw me. Oh, you could bind. Okay, I don't know how to go back on this. Fluid gauge. It's focus injection. So maybe the white bar is the other one. Damn, I think he threw a knife at me. Yeah, mess that fool up.
Sometimes I wonder if initiating you is the right thing to do.
What do you mean? Am I not ready?
No, you're ready, Zachariah. With that, there is no doubt. I worry about you and care for your happiness. Once you become a Technomancer, there's no going back. You lose your freedom. From the moment our abilities are brought into the light, to the moment the light is snuffed from our eyes, the Technomancers are nothing but pawns on a chessboard. We have no free will. Abundance forces its will on us. I think about the future. How hard it will become as the ASC rises in power. And perhaps I'm just being paranoid. Forgive your master's little spell. You must focus on more important things. This door. It is the same as that in our chapel. Accessible only to the combined energies of 2 Technomancers. Here lies the entrance, and beyond, the main room, where we must go.
For being so old, it's in great condition. What exactly, Master, is inside the dome?
Knowledge. The very essence These creatures do not belong here. Their very presence is a danger to the relics. We must seek out their origin. I remember well the first time I came here. I was fascinated. I really thought I was part of an elite. I've become disillusioned since then. If all this knowledge indeed gives us some sort of power, we are still faced with so many obstacles that we can't do anything with it. It's more of a danger for us than a tool. This is the main room. The console over there. Activate it, and heed its words.
Witness registration, March 17th, 2076. Subject 12. The subject appears acclimatized, pulse elevated but steady, unaffected by any visible health concerns. James, how do you feel?
Great! So alive! My heart's racing and I feel like I can take on the world. And I'm being honest here, it's a bit overwhelming.
Subject's self-report is consistent and substantiated with our measurements of him and other subjects, all of whom produce EEGs indicating activity levels acutely higher than any ever associated with a human not subjected to the mutation. The only adverse side effect, it appears, is the near tenfold increase in corporeal and cerebral electricity. Dangerous levels that will necessitate the urgent invention of a device capable of evacuating such surplus in order to avoid subject injury.
This man talking about technomancy, about mutations, as if... I can't believe.
And yet it still might be so. This recording dates to the first settlers. Speaks of the first Technomancers. Shocking, perhaps? Where did you think our abilities came from? A divine power?
I don't... But we have no physical signs of mutation, and I don't know any mutant that has our gifts.
And why should any of those things matter? Might not our mutation simply be of a different form? This brings us to the most important point. What you have seen unifies us, unifies the Technomancers. This secret must be kept from all other humans. If this information was discovered by, say, the ASC, we would become nothing but slaves. Our situation is already incredibly undesirable. We are not only isolated, but used as human bombs. Take a walk by the mutant pen in the slums one day. That is what our lives could have been. Don't be dismayed. I have been through this as well, so have all the other Technomancer officers in abundance. Knowledge of this revelation makes you one of us now, more so than your skills. But now is time to deal with the creatures infesting the dome. It would be a real shame if the installations here are damaged, for we will no longer be able to hold initiation trials here.
Yes. Yes, of course, Master. I haven't found an opening yet, so... they must have breached lower in the dome.
Then that's where we must go. I will divert the attention of these creatures. At the base of the dome, you will find their entry point. To have swarmed here, they must have dug a passage.
I'm on it.
witness to the secret with your own eyes, who knows in your heart of hearts that the revelation that he bears is true, and who has understood that this knowledge could cast us into endless pits of despair. As you drink the sap of the world, the water that feeds our lives, abandon the one you thought you were, and instead become our brother, Technomancer. Together we have shared the water and secret. Can you swear to forever protect the knowledge of the Earth and to dedicate your life to finding it again? To defend and protect our secret, even with the sacrifice of your life, if need be?
I swear.
Then welcome, my brother.
I know you must be troubled by what you've learned, and I assure you that it's no less troubling to me. But be proud of what you are, and know, no matter what, we are by your side. And that this initiation, as horrid as it may be, makes you forever our brother.
You showed the courage of lions beneath the dome, and for it, you have been made an officer. So I imagine, now that you no longer need my guidance, it will send me elsewhere, with the great and endless pride of having been your teacher over these few years.
The honor was mine, Master.
No, not Master. It's just Sean now.
Go. Take your assignment as an officer. Count the blessings you've amounted, those that allowed you to avoid the front thus far. Captain Eliza is waiting in the barracks. She's harsh, but fair. But before you find her, we all know the regulations. Technomancers get no leave from the front in times of war. So being here, I can't even sneeze without a report being written up. But you have a free pass. I need you to go to the exchange district for me. There's an itinerant merchant there who was supposed to arrive yesterday. Just meet with him. The merchants have no ties to abundance and travel among us like shadows. They hear things, whispered things, and pay people to forget they are there. I'm looking for information on any archaeological discoveries that could expose the Earthlings. Information that would help protect our secret. Ask him if they've heard of any such finds. Care that not a single soul knows what you're after. Not a single soul can hear your exchange with the merchants.